probably several of you know what Game of Thrones is, and I personally really enjoy Telltale's game of it. But recently I realized that I haven't explored all the avenues that I have available, so I feel like I should play through it again with you guys. I might update this like once a week at some point, and I'll just be playing parts of an episode, maybe even a full episode, but let's see where it goes. If you couldn't tell by the title, I have sort of a goal with this playthrough, where with other than Mira, who's going to be doing certain other things, we're going to be going, you know, home team pride. For thousands of years, House Forster has been loyal bannermen to House Stark. In the darkest reaches of the Wolfswood, they harvest the rare ironwood trees. Now the North has been ripped apart by war, and rival houses seek to claim Forster ironwood for themselves. Then the fate of House Forster hangs in the balance. Fade to black.
The trout in the towers, the wolves dropped the fish and they all ran away. The trout, he flopped off without a another war to pray. Two weddings brought on by beheadings, and dying make cups for me. Two weddings brought on by beheadings, and all this happily.
The great Jaime Lannister, Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, brought to his knees by the men of the North.
And set free by the women. You'd think he'd done it himself the way he tells it. Lord Forrester's sword won't clean itself, you know. Make sure it's spotless this time. Lord Forrester won't be happy with blood and...
But I thought bloody
Now
sword
that
was
is a proper sword.
wonderful.
I'll have one like it myself someday.
You? You'll never have a sword like that. I say that as a friend.
I will. You'll see.
Of course, your lordship. After you take your rightful place on the Iron Throne.
I had a hand in it, you know.
A hand in what?
Capturing him.
He was nowhere near the Kingslayer at the Whispering Wood. He was so drunk he barely made it out of his tent.
Shh. Let him finish.
Oh, he'll talk all night if you let him.
You captured the Kingslayer?
Aye. Well, I had a hand in it.
Aye. A hand round his ankle as 10 others took him down.
See? What do I tell you?
I brought him to his knees.
Lord Forrester.
And not before he dragged you halfway across the battlefield on your face.
You're questioning Norrin's honor.
Yes.
I'm questioning Norrin's story, which grows more far-fetched every time he tells it.
Get your liege lord some wine. Go on.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Let's get some
Thank
alcohol
you, Garrett.
going.
I'll do it.
Norrin's family has faithfully served House Forrester for centuries. His honor is beyond reproach, and House Tully is forever in his debt. They've never seen a field ploughed so well as the day the Kingslayer dragged poor Norrin across the battlefield.
Tasty.
Fetch your cup. Tonight we celebrate.
Woohoo party, and we don't get much alcohol either.
To Robb Stark, the King in the North!
The King
in the North! Tomorrow, we march on Casterly Rock, and House Forrester has been given the greatest honor to lead the Young Wolf's army and ride as the vanguard!
The gods have favored us. Onward to Casterly Rock!
Aye! Death to the Lannisters! Aye!
Iron from ice!
Woohoo! I run from
Got it.
like a very smart person. When
Yes,
it
my
gets
lord.
cold, you leave.
I need you
I run
to
from
keep
my-
an eye out for Roderick. As his father, I could not be more proud of the man he's become.
Nah, it's
On a night like this, men find
probably
false courage at the bottom
2014,
of
I
their
think.
cups. I'd rather he were here.
Yes, my lord.
Is also the question of what's to be done with you. It's been on my mind for a while now.
With me, my lord.
You've served House Forrester well for several years now, but I can't expect you to squire forever. How shall I reward your loyalty? What can I offer you? You serve me well.
To bring honor to House Forrester, my lord.
You have more honor than those who were born to it. There were those who had their doubts when your uncle put forth your name as my squire. But you've erased those doubts entirely. It would be an honor to see you riding by Roderick's side in the vanguard tomorrow. Not as a squire, but as the equal of any man who serves House Forrester. It's well deserved, Garrett.
Thank you, my lord. I promise. I won't let you down.
That I don't doubt.
No,
but for
we
now,
will not.
keep this between us. We're celebrating tonight. I wouldn't want the other squires to feel discouraged.
Yes, my lord.
Now go,
That's the name
and
of
find
this game
Roderick
now.
if you can.
I will, my lord. Thank you.
Bloody hell.
Empty. Squire! Fetch us more wine.
Can you give me a hand? Come on. Can I get up to you?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I have been a
let's
squire
bring the
longer than you.
booze.
So?
I outrank you. You should help me.
We'll see how long you outrank me now.
Fetch more wine. Scrub
I have a
my
feeling
armor,
like you know
clean
something
my
about
boots.
Game of Thrones.
Just
man.
my luck to end up with Norin while you serve the Lord. Let him fetch his own wine for once.
You'd better watch your tongue, Bowen. It could be much worse.
What the fuck do you know about it? Nothing is worse than Norin. See, that's where you're lucky. Low expectations. If I'd grown up covered in pig shit, shovel and slop, well, maybe I'd think saddling his horse was the greatest honor in the Seven Kingdoms. I suppose this beats pig farming.
Who doesn't love bacon?
Ah, pig farmers.
Who doesn't?
All
love
I'm
bacon?
saying is, at this rate we'll never be more than this, which is nothing. The lowest of the low. For all I know, we could be squires for life.
But
Pulling wine
basically,
around a
Xander,
fucking wedding.
Give it time. You'll get there.
More easy for you to say. Maybe if
In
my
Game of
uncle were
Thrones,
castellan at House Forrester, I'd feel different.
don't grow
My
too
uncle has
attached to your
nothing to do
favorite
with it.
people.
How much further?
That's right over there.
According to my friend who's read all the books and I've been meaning to get around to it, they killed like 7 main characters in the first book.
Take your time.
You lot have drunk your share. Good thing Lord Walder's in a generous mood.
Fucking phrase.
Nice night for a wedding. Not often he finds a willing husband for
I'd
one
agree.
of his daughters.
Nice night for a wedding.
Don't expect me to
Welcome, my
carry it
friends.
for you, Sir Garrett.
For the red wedding.
What? What's wrong? What's gotten into you? You're acting rather odd.
We need to get back. Now.
They're fine, they can wait.
No, you don't understand. We need to go.
And take the fucking flagon already.
What's wrong with him? Something the matter?
Bowen, we have to go.
You go if you're in such a rush.
Okay,
What?
Bowen.
What
We
about?
rocking and rolling.
What the hell was that about? Slow down, would you? Run!
Time to rock and roll. Welcome to Game of Thrones, where
We need to get back to camp.
all your friends get murdered in front of you in grotesque ways. No, thank you, sir. I am in not requisite of your generous gift of swords and things.
Garrett, we have to get back.
A gift from the king!
Ooh, button mashing sequence. like adventure. Woohoo! Grab, pull. Good bounce. It's almost like I'm Capitan America with boots.
Ready, boys? Whoa! Shoot that one!
Here, I will accept the arrowing shield. You didn't need that spine, did you?
Look out!
Wall for safety. Here, Sparta. Oh, look. Roll, roll, roll.
Run right!
You're done, Goose.
Good fucking riddance.
How did he get the scarring on his face? His face is perfectly fine 30 seconds.
Garrett, did you find Roderick?
Speak up, Garrett.
Hey, he's gone, my lord. There was nothing I could do.
Find a weapon, quickly!
Here we go. Weapon. How did this guy magically get here as soon as... Why didn't I just grab a weapon on the way in?
Walter Free, you fucking traitor!
Go, my lord, while there's still time.
Ooh. Off he goes and down the
Seven hells.
We have to keep moving, my lord.
I'd never make it.
Get off your booty.
They'll hunt us down like dogs.
Walter Frey says time. Don't run
Guard this with your life. Return it to Ironrath, where it belongs. There's no... I'll be damned
Take
if
the
I
sword,
let it
my
fall
lord.
into the hands of those traitors.
Walter Frey says
You have to go.
You're well.
I will do as you command, my lord.
You have served me well. I know I can count on you. Tell your uncle... Tell him. The North Grove must never be lost. Tell no one but him. Do you understand? You must swear. Tell only your Uncle Duncan.
I swear that I will, my lord.
Hey, it's those foresters.
On your honor,
Oh,
you
really?
must do this for your
Well,
house.
I couldn't
Go!
tell.
Kill those fucking foresters.
Oh.
Wheel
Yes,
of
the amazing known for the dice will grab the sword technique. If he was tough enough to magically pull himself up from his knees and grab a sword in the span of a couple seconds, he must be like a Hizzard or something. Welcome to Game of Thrones. Banana knot. Time for hoofing. Let's doing me a trek. Hey, little piggy.
Blood. Fresh.
I like this. I have a great sword on hand, and I'm just like, hey. Casually walking around. Where there's smoke, there must be fire. And it burns, burns, burns.
That's Father's car.
Lord Bolton better give us fucking titles for this. Winter may be coming, but at least he'll have his bacon.
Lord Bolton giving titles for killing kids.
Move along, boy. There's nothing for you here.
Father.
I said move on. I recognize you. You're a Forester squire. Former Stark bannermen have no claim on land anymore. Or haven't you heard? The Starks are dead. Where'd you get that sword? Not a chance that sword is his. Must have stolen it. Out here by himself. Probably a deserter.
I killed a man for it.
Did you? Now why don't I believe you?
Probably because I stuttered in that.
That sword's too big for you, boy. You can barely pick it up.
Get off my land!
This is Bolton land now, boy.
The
Lord
sword
Bolton
may be
is
too
the new
bigger for
warden of the
me,
North.
but your sword's
I reckon
bigger
he'd like a
than
proper
you.
lordly sword like that.
No.
Daddy
I'll
is.
have that sword, boy.
Aye. You'll have it.
In your spleen. Boy, am I enough with a sword.
Alright. Finish this fucking pig farmer. Pathetic.
His fort.
You really are a pig.
You know what? This has to be funny. Here, you don't need that face, right? God. I thought it would be funny if we ran right into that. Button that.
Mercy. Please. I beg of you. I have a family. They'll never survive without me. I have no quarrel with you.
Should I kill him? I'm leaning against it, but
I was only...
I'll leave it up to you. You have 5 seconds. Alright then.
Following orders.
Thank you.
Get your booty out of here.
Lord Whitehill will see you hang for this. That much I promise.
Why instead of just walking there casually, why don't I just stab? Because he's weaponless on a horse trying to mount up.
Garrett, you survived. Your sister. Oh, she hid. I tried to stop them.
Dang it,
I'll
Dad.
kill the men who did this.
You're not allowed to die. Something also that happens, apparently, is that your sister dies off screen. He just points off to the woods and you're like, oh, she's dead then. Even though we see no body produced.
It's Garrett! Get the Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
Garrett!
And down he goes.
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the maester! Meet us in the Great Hall! Quickly!
Two Whitehill soldiers?
And a Bolton. They killed my family. And for what? My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Thank you, Maester.
Oh yeah, that brings my family back.
The blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg.
Probably because
Your
I walked
justice
on
was
it all day.
swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you.
It was justice. They got what they deserved.
They did indeed. We can't let the
think they
Whitehills just
deserve being
walk all
ashamed.
over us. These maggots ought to help prevent infection.
Oh great.
Hold the wound open for me, would you?
You know, living in dead things. Eat up.
These are dark days, I fear. To lose the lord of the house and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in times such as this. The late Lord Forrester was a good man. And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Our house will never fall.
That's
By
what
the
this
gods,
is
let's
about.
hope you're right. The future of this house is
Pride
in
and
Lord
wrath.
Ethan's hands now, although he is young and altogether unprepared to lead. Right. This might hurt a
I
bit.
know, right?
Hold this for me, will you? I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick.
Like he had a choice to
Not that
save
Roderick
Roderick.
couldn't handle himself. He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen.
Roderick had already fallen. There was nothing we could do.
Although I'd imagine Lord Forrester would sacrifice himself to save anyone from his house, high or low. Lady Forrester will be here any moment now. I'd like you to walk for me first, to see if you can put any weight on that leg.
Aye.
Go on. Don't stop now. It's better to let the blood circulate.
We'll walk over here and look at the Lord's chair. We just need to interact with something and then we can move on. Doesn't look very comfortable. Looks like it's made like 180% out of wood. Other than like a little bit of a cushion and a little bit of like padding. Let's just talk to him.
Does your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Can I go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Welcome home, Garrett. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened.
Keith.
Is it true? Your family... I'm so sorry.
Me too.
She's like 13, you're like 17.
Off to bed now. Hurry
In
on.
medieval themes, it could work.
Garrett was just telling me how valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
You saved my life, my lady.
Accurate thing to say.
Yet not Roderick's.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion, but if you can remember anything...
He fought valiantly, my lady.
Of course he did. It
And
was
then I
House
distracted
Forrester's
him so he
best.
got stabbed in the back of the leg.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed?
He asked me to return this to House Forrester. He said this is where it belongs.
Technically.
With his family.
Yes.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
I didn't lie to her.
It's too dangerous.
I kept the
especially
secret.
now.
Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Against aggression.
Ethan.
Duncan, this was our
Also
land.
13.
They were our people. Your family.
I share your outrage, Sir Royland. I do. But now is not the time to provoke the Whitehills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution.
They killed my family.
And they'll pay for what they've done. That much, I promise. But now is not the time for vengeance.
If not now, when?
We have to be smart.
not me,
Ramsay
too.
Snow will be here within the week.
And what would you have us do? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads, while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard.
We should demand justice.
Aye. Justice on their terms. Which means they'll have your head.
Justice is taken, not demanded. Then what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
He's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this. I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I've done nothing wrong.
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm
I
afraid
killed
it's
one
a
of
risk
them. They
we
killed
cannot take,
two of me,
which is
of
why
my
you cannot
family.
stay.
Cannot stay. Duncan.
Let them come. I don't care.
They'd kill you and not think twice about it. It's not safe for you here, Garrett. There's only one place beyond the reach of the Boltons.
You're sending him to the wall. The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not in the eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution.
Uncle, my place is here. Who will defend the house? You said we need men who can fight.
There'd be nothing we could do to protect you. To stay would bring destruction upon us all. I know that's not what you want. I know it's difficult to understand. But you must think of the house.
I'll do what's asked of me.
I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best.
That settles it then.
You can have my horse, and I'll see you have plenty of food. But we haven't much time. The White Hills will come looking for you.
You say like me having your horse is gonna make any lick of difference from just any other horse. And look at
Word
this, I get to be here
I'd
for
gladly
a
drive a
successful
sword
30
through Lord
minutes.
Whitehill's heart
And
give him a
off I
chance.
go.
I would. And God's willing, someday I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first. I know you want to stay, but Lord Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the wall. His own great-uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch.
I'll do what's best.
Which often isn't what's easiest, but necessary nonetheless.
There's a reason you should be at least 18 before
I've
watching
been
the
waiting for
series,
the right
my
moment
dude.
to tell you.
What?
Lord Forrester asked me to give you a message. He said, the North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry. You caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most
maybe by
don't
then
even know it
he'll
exists.
write
They
Jared-
think it's just a myth made up by wildlings
Our good
and
old
fools,
boy.
and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word.
Little Martin will write another
haven't
song
told
of Fire
anyone
and
else,
Ice.
This is important, Garrett.
Of course not. I told no one.
Well done. Lord Forrester was right to put his trust in you. From this day forward, this will be our secret. But soon,
Ooh, hush,
I may
hush.
need your help. But I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
Well, I'm not gonna promise that I won't tell anyone at the wall. I'll probably tell a friend or 3 or 17.
Iron from ice.
Iron from ice.
Remember, you represent House Forrester. Your
Fire
actions
from
at the wall
blood.
will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
I'll be strong.
I know you will.
I'll be strong and mess him up. We'll do some dickering. Good luck, gentlemen.
Garrett, wait!
Look, it's the little girlfriend. No, it's not actually. Ooh, romantic intentions. A necklace. Thank you.
Be safe.
Don't get married while I'm away. No. I just think they'd be cute together. Garrett is he be my dude.
Ethan? Ethan!
In his mind, it was imaginary.
I couldn't find him. Could you?
He hides too well, and if he were smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
You found me! Well done, Ryan. Don't
That's my
worry.
little dude.
It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Oof.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
Perfectly safe in
Garrett to
King's
die either.
Landing.
Maester Ortengryn
That's
said
like saying you're
he got
not going
sent
to
to
get
the wall.
mugged in New York.
I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
I don't know what he did to get sent away like that.
Garrett is strong. He can take care of himself.
No one will tell
Plus,
me
he's
what Garrett
protected by
did,
the
but it
fact-
must have
well,
been serious. I heard
he's not
Duncan and
actually
Sir
protected by
Royland
the fact he's
talking.
a
They said someone will come
protagonist.
here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself.
I don't care what he says. I can protect you.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know.
Someone who still
I know
drinks
it's not good.
of...
Ethan, you should let
The
Sir
mother
Royland
milk,
teach you
I
how to
assume-
wield
I
a sword. Like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Wapow.
Do you remember when we were
Wabouch.
younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Yeah. Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then,
Little nit.
well, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
I promise I won't change.
Good, because I'd rather have a brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
I promise,
But
the only change
since
I'll
you're the
make
new
is
lord, you can do
negative
anything you want.
transition
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say.
from
So
5.5
I can have all the
feet up
sweets I want.
to 6
How
feet
did
under.
it with that simple? It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You
There
are
we
the
go.
lord.
Man, I want all. I wish I could have all the candy.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
Oh look, it's Sir Royland.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
House
Very well,
Forrester
then.
does not bend. It does not break. It only breaks others. Who freaking raw? Why am I walking this way? I should have just followed Royland, and everything would be okay. Why did
They
he
showed
let
up
all these
unannounced.
dudes in my
Lord
house?
Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
I can handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
You can get the look of I feel terrified like a small child off your face, buddy.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss. My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself. I've been waiting for this day all my life.
I may be young, but I'm not so easily fooled. You're trying to rile me, but it won't work.
Young? You are that boy. Too young to know when you're in over your head. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Calm yourself, old man.
You little fuck! That's how you talk to a lord? You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan.
We all serve House Bolton now.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Hey look, it's the bull cut.
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason? You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that.
Man,
how do you answer
singular.
for your squire,
One.
Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
He was defending his family as any man would. But your men murdered them all.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. The soldiers worth 100 of their type. Where's the fucking coward who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
I took care of it. He received his punishment and it's done. He's gone.
What? Gone? That was my justice to deliver, boy, and you denied me of it. I'm not leaving until I have my justice. Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton. What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Ooh, get told.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady.
Really?
Considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
This is over, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Do as you like, Lord Whitehill.
Not that lady, but a different one. Who you're thinking of is
I was wrong about your son,
Targaryen.
lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
And my least
Your
favorite
sister
part
can
of the
help us.
game, King's Landing.
Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Let us say. We're gonna look out the window like a couple of
King's
melancholy
Landing.
fools.
I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
There's the letter.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Mm-hmm. Who doth knocketh at me door?
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course, milady. You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Dear little cold boy.
You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Good night, It's revealed later that his name's Tom. So if I call him by that during the playthrough, it's
Lady Marjorie,
cool.
you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an
Mira
audience.
playthrough
She
for
wants
this
an
is going to
apology
be
of some
purely
sort. For
centered
what, I
on
don't know, but
not
she's
angering
waiting for us
Marjorie.
now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor
Because
her.
if I don't
Tell her
piss
what she
her
wants
off,
to hear.
I might stay alive longer.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us. You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Good luck.
Thank you. What? I understand that it's in the fashion to have long hair, but I mean, like, there's too many women with the same basically hairstyle, like sort of bun in the back with just the rest of the hair cascading down. And I want to point out, this is the maximum speed I can go, and she's like skyrocketing ahead of me.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? I'll take the knee.
Your Grace.
That's right.
The girl knows her
the Peter
courtesies.
Dinklage.
Impressive. You may rise.
It's the Dinkleberry.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
We
The
never
one
say
true king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
Ooh.
She only meant...
I don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
They were the Wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for
Just
her
like,
good.
oh no,
and she would have
don't
us
be mad at
believe
me.
she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent, and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Wizard techniques.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances.
That's my wizard
There are
technique.
ships and shields
Answer
to be built, and
questions
Joffrey will
without
need a
saying
steady
anything.
supply of ironwood for his armies.
Just like the media.
I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
Actually, that's a misconception. I should have said.
I see.
But there are limits because.
What would you have the girl
I'm
do,
not
Cersei?
helping
It's not
no
as if she
one
fought
else.
beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define.
Your son's like 15.
This city alone is
Marjorie's
filled with all sorts
like
of ambitious opportunists
22.
looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she would.
Girl answer the question.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace. I serve at her pleasure.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
Oh, but I do.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
Pretty much.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei, she will not soon forget what you said. It was quite the first impression.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
As you should. And of course she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
I wouldn't want to anger Cersei.
And you'd be wise not to. But I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance. And it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
I'm sorry, Lord Tyrion, but it's a risk I cannot afford.
I admire your discretion. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
Good night, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
I know some people would side with Tyrion, but basically doing anything with Tyrion pisses off Marjorie, which is no bueno.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. But at least it's over now.
Understatements.
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king...
Again, y'all are
I
like
can only
16.
imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd marry anyone if it helped my family.
Right. Of course. Well, I would
Here
marry
and
him.
there, there's
Imagine
also
the power
some
you would have
some
as queen of
messages
the
of
Seven Kingdoms.
I
might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
getting it on, but
Let's
there's no
see.
visuals.
Who else
luckily.
should we marry off?
Otherwise, this would be a
Brienne of Tarth
no
and
bueno
Tyrion
allowed
Lannister.
game.
What a perfect match. Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well?
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady.
The only
There's
thing I did
been
to
something
possibly
on my
appease
mind.
her was kneel.
Something important.
Now it's important here to
My
not
mother wanted me to ask a
for
favor
her
of
help.
you. For my
because
family.
in the
But as you
future
said,
episodes, it
you're in a
enables her to
delicate
help
position
you
now
out.
with the wedding so near. And I would never want to jeopardize that.
Soon I will be queen. And maybe then I'll be in a better position to help you. But for now we must both be cautious.
My family is strong, my lady. Don't let it trouble you. I know they will find a way to prevail.
Also, on the topic of snakes, there's also a lot of, like, wolves and whatever. Oh. If you're, like, under 13, anyone who may eventually be watching this, you might not want to watch this upcoming part. There are elements to this game that are...
7 Hells.
Intestines. Not in this chapter, but eventually there's going to be visible intestines.
Let's play a little game, shall we? Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
So, also, important clarification. In this time, common use of the word, the B word, bastard,
Not my best
means
work,
a child born
unfortunately.
outside of
I
wedlock.
suppose I have fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy. What with all that bloody noise?
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the Warden of the North.
He does now. How much further is it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh! Listen.
Here. There is nothing here.
There.
This is a tree. This is a very wonderful tree.
Hear that? I know I heard something.
Now, the key to stealth in this situation is staying still, like in real life. Because running lets them definitely know you're there, but sitting still
Never mind.
causes doubt.
We've wasted enough time already.
Let us go see our friend. Hello, sir. And I get to be in control. Oh, look at that lovely image they leave behind. Because...
Bloody hell.
You didn't leave your skin, right? You think he plans on making a nice purse or shoulder bag?
Lord Ethan, as I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good. He was fair and wise, and courageous in battle.
I want to be like that, like my father.
Your father was well regarded by nearly everyone. It took years, if not decades, to earn. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone.
All visible like 13.
He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others. The Lord Sentinel. Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move! Summon the Lord! We need his judgment.
I've done nothing wrong! I was only trying to survive!
Lord Ethan. Maester.
Who is this man?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed! We all fucking know it!
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Why did you do it?
Because I've no wish to die. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks true.
I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Leave the poor man alone!
Mercy, go!
Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter.
We are in this together.
You say that, but it won't be you who's starving come winter.
You'll address him as Lord. Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
The men need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
He's a thief! You can send him to the wall.
Leave the man alone. Show him mercy, my lord. He stole from us. He don't deserve to live. Make him pay for what he's done. Give us justice.
I will decide.
Send him to the wall. Take his fingers.
He's a thief!
If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord. Please, my lord. My family...
Okay. So, basically, I can either cut off 3 fingers, which is a rather harsh punishment, send him to the wall so he can, I guess, join Garrett. I've never done that. What I usually do is I spare him, but he admitted to his own crimes. He said that he stole the 3 spears and the 2 shields. I'm inclined to grant mercy just because I need the people to remain loyal to me. But what do you think? That's all he could be asked of, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go with mercy.
It depends on me.
Our house
Because-
tends to its people. See, this man is paid and his family is fed.
Lord Ethan, you are truly a merciful and noble lord.
My lord, this man is a criminal. A brazen thief.
And I am the Lord. I choose to show mercy. Mercy shows greater strength.
Strength
I meant to hit the
shows
circle,
strength,
but
my lord.
My lord, we must speak about our gold reserves. Soon.
My lord, I thank you for the mercy you've shown me. I will never forget my debt to you and to this house.
you better not. I need a freaking army.
That was certainly unpleasant, but a lord must meet our punishment when it's due.
Not just yourself, of course.
It's a lord's duty, so I did it.
You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance.
Who do you think I should choose?
There are 2 capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the Sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen Sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your Sentinel will wear this for all to see.
I'll make the right choice as Sentinel.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
So there's quite a few people I can talk to. I can talk to my uncle. I can talk to Sir Royland himself. I can talk to Duncan himself. And I eventually end up talking, after talking to enough people, I end up talking to my sister. Let us go on a adventure. Oh yeah, I forgot I can also enter the tower. I believe there's someone at the top I can talk to. I believe it's Mother Dearest. And it takes 7 years to walk to the tower itself. Okay, there's no one up here. It's a pretty solid view. I remember one time there is someone up there you can talk to, but I'm not going to talk to him yet because I wish I could choose the Maester just because he's a pretty cool duderino.
You're all worthless and weak.
Here, let's talk to Malcolm.
Ethan. Or should I say Lord Ethan?
Who, Sir Royland?
I saw what you did today.
Or Duncan.
It's not an easy thing to do, showing mercy to a man who admits his guilt. But if you'll excuse me, my lord, I should finish packing before nightfall. I hope to be off tomorrow. At first light.
But where are you going?
Your mother asked me to cross the narrow sea to find your brother, Asher.
Asher?
She has asked me to return
just
to help the house.
She said nothing of this to me.
Because she fears you will not agree.
Yeah.
I told her my place is
sadly
here.
I can't
I'll
choose
no
the Maester.
She insisted. I will hold, of course, until you've spoken with her about this. Just try to be kind to her. She's been living a nightmare made real. But you know that just as well.
She's my mother. Of course I'll be gentle.
I know you will. You're good-hearted, my lord. That is your true strength.
But my mother's fears are not the only ones I face. My people are scared as well. I'm told I must choose a sentinel.
If I may be so bold, Sir Royland is the man for the job. He'd be a fine choice. And I'd trust him.
Why Sir Royland?
We are at war. You need a warrior by your side. Royland has the respect of his men and will bring strength and discipline to this house. Duncan would offer sage advice, but now is not the time to negotiate. Not with the likes of Ramsay Snow.
Thank you, Uncle.
Ethan, I need to talk to you.
And there's the twin. I like how she has like blondish brown hair and he has
saw what you
raven
did to
black.
that man.
I can't afford any more mistakes. Everyone knows what happened with Lord Whitehill. Garrett being sent to the war without my knowledge.
I know. And that wasn't your fault.
Well, I'm the Lord. It's my responsibility. The people want me to lead. They need me to, but...
What? Ethan, please.
Who should I name as my sentinel?
It should definitely be Duncan Tuttle. He's dependable and smart, and everyone trusts his judgment. Sir Royland is unpredictable and likely to make matters worse.
You've always given me good advice. Thank you.
I'm leaning towards Duncan, again because, like she said, he is dependable.
Slash and parry. Slash and parry. Again.
But he can also fight well. Whereas Sir Royland, all he really can do is fight and insult people and start fights again.
Come on, come on. What did I say? Swords up. Slash right. Parry. Again. Come on, you dogs. You'll not be fighting here forever.
Let's talk to the Maester. It's time to make some decisions.
Maester?
Yes, Lord Ethan. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
Yes, Maester. I'm ready.
Very well. I will convene the small council.
Good to see I have your consensus. Art thou ready for war? We're going with the Duncan. Because while Duncan can fight, but Sir Royland's an excellent battle leader, Duncan will is willing to hear both sides of an argument as well as fight, rather than just, oh, let's go mess people up.
I believe Lord Ethan has reached his decision.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. Duncan, Royland, this house needs you both.
But you can only choose one, my lord.
Let him be on with
Sir Duncan of Donuts.
Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision. Duncan Tuttle, you will be my sentinel.
Tuttle! This is reckless!
Lord Ethan has made his choice. I will not disappoint you, my lord.
Now, Sentinel, what do you have to report of Ramsay Snow?
Our scouts say he's only a day's ride from here. We've no time to waste.
Who knows what he's capable of? We need to prepare for the worst.
We can devise a plan to deal with him.
The Boltons need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide. You gamble with the lives of everyone within these walls. Ignore Sir Royland. You named me Sentinel. I knew this would happen. He cannot be trusted.
This is the bloody small council.
Enough! Would my father have stood for this kind of bickering? Neither will I.
Ooh.
Sir Royland is clearly able and ready to take up arms, but the rest of our soldiers are not. We need to take a cunning approach. Diplomacy can be a sharper instrument than a sword.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand.
Gentlemen, please.
Mother, what do you recommend we do?
We must give him whatever he wants and be done with it. It's too dangerous to do otherwise.
Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad. It's pure folly to just give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Enough!
We'll use... Okay, so... bargaining, not a good choice. Again, only currency we have that's useful on a global scale. Ironwood. Bargaining would be agreeing with my sentinel. Fighting has a potential for some danger. Let's go with diplomacy. It's the wise choice because...
My new sentinel favors a certain approach, and I agree. I shall use diplomacy with Lord Snow. I would be foolish to pick a fight without negotiating first. I'll offer our allegiance, and try to reach a reasonable agreement.
If you aren't ready for a fight, you're bound to lose when one breaks out.
Ethan has made his opinion known, and you will respect his decision.
Oof.
Forgive us, my lord. We are, of course, here to serve you, as we served your father.
Aye.
Well then, let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's arrival. Invite him into this hall, and meet him face to face, lord to lord.
Ramsay Snow is no lord. That's absurd. You meet him at the gate with as much force as we can muster. Make him wait. Let him gaze upon Ironrath. And when he enters, he'll know it's only because you allowed it.
Lord Ethan?
The only thing I true, but
I will meet him in
there's
the
only
Great Hall.
so much
A wise move, my lord.
that you
It's
can.
careless. Can't you see Tuttle is steering you wrong?
I find myself
That's
sometimes
enough,
just
Royland.
shouting at the
Lord
screen,
Ethan has given his
saying,
command.
"What are you
How many
doing?
years have I served
You're
this
being
house?
stupid."
I cannot listen to that bloody idiot anymore. Forgive me, my lord, but you are not ready to be lord of this house. You're likely to get us all killed.
Sit down at once.
Ha! This is a
Apologies,
small
my son.
council,
But now that it is settled,
not a dog
we know
fight.
what we must do. You will meet Ramsay Snow in the Great Hall, and we will not offer our ironwood.
And don't worry, Lord Ethan. I will stand beside you, where your sentinel belongs.
Then perhaps we should adjourn. We have to prepare the house.
My lord, I have fought for this family for many years. Do not forget that.
Well, thank you.
There will always be those who question your leadership, which is why you need allies you can rely on. Family. What about your brother, Asher?
Malcolm told me. You want to bring him back.
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it. He always protected you and your sister.
Yes, I hear what you're saying.
Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles. But when Asher
Don't
saw
worry.
it, he didn't take a breath.
There's gonna be some
He
fights.
grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth. Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that. You have many fine qualities, but you do not have that anger inside you.
I'm not like that, but I don't need to be, do I?
No, but you need someone who is standing beside you. I'm trying to do what's best for this family, what this family needs. Ethan, let me send Malcolm to Essos.
Fine. Malcolm
Off
will
you
go
go,
to
my
Essos
dude.
and bring Asher back.
Thank you, Ethan. I'm glad you will let me do this. Know that you never stand alone. You are a Forrester. Mira stands with us, and she may be able to help us yet.
What do you guys think? Yeah.
Milady.
You?
Begging your pardon, milady. I hope I didn't frighten you.
I'm glad to see you.
Thank you, milady. I hope you saw. I was right before. About Lady Marjorie and Queen Cersei. I just want you to know, I can help you if you'd like. And your family, if you're willing to trust me. I hear all sorts of things. Things that could be useful for you.
How can you help me? My problems can't be solved by what you might overhear.
Which is why you must trust me, milady. You need allies. Hopefully I've proven I can be useful to you.
I'm sorry. I really must go.
Please don't despair. I know people who...
Fun.
People
You know
be willing to
people
help
who
you.
silence. Yeah, I know people who can help me.
Where's Sir Royland? He should be here. The man values pride more than honor. We'll do without him. And without King's Landing. I know you'd hoped Mira could help us, but I'm confident we've enough strength of our own. Your men stand ready to act if needed.
Our plan is a good one. It will work so long as everyone does their part.
Isn't this a lovely pile of timber? Not the place I'd want to be if there was a fire.
Ironwood is near impervious to flame, my lord.
Is it?
May I introduce Lord Ramsay of House Bolton, son of Roose Bolton. Although a bastard, Lord Ramsay has the full authority of the Warden of the...
That's enough.
Overspoken, I assume.
Who is this little boy? Is he lost?
Lord Ramsay, welcome to Ironrath.
Aren't you the little lord? Lord Whitehall told me you were young, but this... Look at you.
A token for the new Warden of the North.
Let me guess. Forrester Ironwood.
Carved by our most skilled craftsmen.
Ironwood. Doesn't look like much.
No one can match our skill.
Is that so? Not bad. Lord Whitehill, can your lot do this?
Given enough time, we could learn...
Given enough time, you could do a great many things. But not this, apparently.
Huh.
Look at that. More Forresters.
Lord Ramsay?
Come out where I can see you.
We really must focus on the business at hand.
Lord Ramsay, I understand you've come here for assurance of our fealty.
Fuck fealty. We came here for justice.
We'll get to your justice. First, let's see you bend the knee to my father, Lord Bolton, Warden of the North. Words are wind. Anyone can say.
Should I kneel or should I refuse? Less it affects the Queen. It doesn't really affect much. It changes some of the voice acting at the end of the game, just because of like what he says. But it's really a way to say this is how I feel about these people, because we can either kneel and submit or refuse and risk annoying them. Of course, Ramsay Bolton isn't one who you want as an enemy or a friend. You just want him out of your life. That was sort of my thought.
They're loyal.
I only kneel to the king.
Is not the Warden also deserving of your respect? But then, I am not my father. Perhaps that is what you meant to say.
You see? He's a fucking traitor, just like his father and brother.
Here's the thing. I don't care about your loyalty. The Crown, however, wants what you've got. Whatever you've been supplying the Starks for centuries. Ships, shields, chamber pots. I expect you'll do the same for us. My father has promised as much to the king. You wouldn't want to make him a liar, would you? That wouldn't reflect well on me.
We will double our efforts for your father, my lord.
That's a good little lord.
You can't trust her, Forrester. They murdered our men.
It was a Forrester squire who did it. One Whitehill soldier dead. One Bolton.
He was within his right. They killed his family.
His right? He killed a loyal soldier in my father's army. Then you welcomed me into your hall like a proper lord, hoping I wouldn't linger outside long enough to notice your pathetic little army. That sort of insolence from one of our loyal bannermen will not do. So I've come up with a solution that will benefit everyone. The Whitehills will be taking control of your Ironwood from this day forward.
What? What? The Ironwood? But...
That is our livelihood.
Then you'd better well find another fucking job.
You can't do that.
Why not? You know something the Whitehills don't? We are talking about trees.
The Whitehills had Ironwood, once, but now those hills are bare.
Hence the name, of course.
They know nothing of how to cultivate the forest.
Look at their sigil, my lord. A barren hill.
Do you want Ironwood for the next 5 years, or the next 50 generations?
The little lord does have a point. We'll try this. Lord Whitehill will take half of your Ironwood, and we'll see who fares better.
But my lord...
Half of something is better than the nothing you had before. To ensure there's no trouble, Lord Whitehill will install a garrison of 20 men within your walls.
At Ironrath? That we cannot abide. Ethan!
They'll help maintain the king's peace. And make sure there's no more trouble.
This will cause more trouble, not less.
Not for me.
Why do we even let these people inside?
You have a man you trust?
My son, Griff.
Griff will lead the garrison.
You have no right. Whitehills have no place here.
Lads, do make this visit worthwhile.
Please, Duncan, don't.
Look at this, little Forrester. You're not frightened, are you?
Lord Ramsay, please.
And you? Are you Lord Ethan's older sister?
I'm his twin, my lord.
Oh, twins. Well, like the Queen and her brother. Well, hopefully not just like the Queen and her brother.
Oof.
I never had a sister. Always wanted one.
Enough, Lord Snow.
I have an idea. You'll come with me. You can be my highborn ward.
Lord Ramsay, that's enough.
Do you like hunting?
Let her go.
She's quite pretty, your sister.
You've gone too far, Lord Ramsay. I demand you let her go.
I suppose you can stay. Aren't you the brave lord?
Ethan! No! What have you done?
But I don't want the brave lord. Far too much trouble.
Ethan! Ethan! No! No!
I knew.
Don't worry, that's scripted.
I think we've come to an understanding.
Lord Ethan!
I certainly feel better about all this.
What have you done?
However, the Foresters need to keep their end of the bargain. Take the boy as your ward. Kill him if they give you any trouble.
Ryan!
Lovely meeting all of you. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Somebody help him!
Fetch the maester quickly!
You brought this on yourself.
No.
Stop!
You decided to do this.
Let it go!
There's a difference.
Stop that! No, please! Ryan, please!
Stop it!
Let me go! Ryan! Do something!
Ethan? My son.
Good night, sweet prince. Nope. It's a scripted event. You get the shivving to the throat. They take Ryan. Really, the only thing you can change is, like, if you defend your sister, who you take as your assistant, stuff like that.
Ethan sacrificed himself for us all. He saved Talia's life. He'll be remembered as Ethan the Brave.
This house needs a leader. Lord Ethan named me Sentinel. I will lead this house.
My sister asked you to swear loyalty to her son, and you flat out refused.
We can't let them hurt Ryan too. We have to stop them.
We do not stand alone. There are those who will fight for us. Those who hold House Forrester above all other loyalties.
Yep, and you set one of them to the wall.
Those who will not stop until Ethan is avenged. Until Ryan is home again, our house will not fall. We will be ready.
Nothing comes without a cost, my lady. Are you prepared for what might happen?
Yes. Yes, that was Jon Snow. So, that is episode 1. What do you think? Should I continue playing? If so, I'll probably continue this within the next couple of days. Right now, it's nearly 12:30 in the morning. So, I assume I'll see you all next time. Thank you.